I'll start the next story with a little quiz. Which is the world's most valuable company? Are you thinking Microsoft? Well, you're wrong. Are you thinking Apple? Wrong again. It is the 12th of May 2022 and the world's most valuable company today is Saudi Aramco. It is Saudi Arabia's national petroleum and gas company. Today it is worth $2.43 trillion. It has overtaken Apple, which is worth $2.37 trillion. So what helped Aramco reach the top? You could say the war in Ukraine. When Russia invaded Ukraine, Brent crude shot through the roof. Its price per barrel touched a 14-year high. Those of you who watch us regularly already know this. This year alone, the value of Brent crude has climbed 36%. It's currently trading at around $106 a barrel. This increase was bound to reflect on the world's largest petroleum company. I'm still talking about Aramco. This year, Saudi Aramco stocks have gone up by 27%. The company has also profited from the global economy bouncing back. That's because when shops, industries and travel reopened last year, the price of oil bounced back. Aramco's profit doubled. It reported a 110% net profit surge. Saudi Aramco is Saudi Arabia's identity, its soft power, and the kingdom's magic wand to dominate the oil market. Also the oil cartel, OPEC. You can say Aramco is Saudi Arabia's strength, also its weakness. This relationship is dictated by the rise and fall in energy demand. One estimate says that for $10 rise in the price of a barrel of oil, Saudi Aramco stands to make an additional $40 billion a year for every $10 rise. $40 billion. But one rocket attack from the Houthi rebels on Aramco and Saudi Arabia feels the burn. When global lockdowns were at their peak, the price of oil per barrel turned negative. But ever since the war in Ukraine, crude oil has touched a 14-year high. It's been a wild turn of events. Neither Aramco nor the House of Saud is complaining. This is a very old relationship. Saudi Aramco's history dates back to 1933. Back then it was called CASOC, or the California Arabian Standard Oil Company. The company was created to manage a deal, one that was struck between Saudi Arabia and the Standard Oil Company of California. Together, they had set out to find oil in Saudi Arabia, and CASOC was tasked with overseeing it. At this point, no one was certain that Saudi Arabia even had any oil. Significant deposits were first found in 1938. In 1944, the company was renamed Aramco, short for the Arabian American Oil Company, Aramco. By 1949, Aramco was producing 500,000 barrels of oil per day. By 2021, 9.2 million barrels of oil every day. With the Ukraine war disrupting oil supplies the world over, there is pressure on Aramco to produce more, but will it? The company has a big dream. It wants to raise its crude oil to maximum sustainable capacity. Well, what's that? 13 million barrels a day. Aramco wants to reach this capacity by 2027. On a normal day, the US produces around 18 million barrels of oil, but it consumes 20.54 million. So that kind of cancels out. Saudi Arabia, on the other hand, consumes just a fraction of what Aramco produces every day. Around 7 million barrels are exported, and the dollars earned from it drive the Saudi economy. A good day for Aramco is a day in the sun for Saudi Arabia. The question is, will Aramco's big dreams ensure that it remains on top as the world's most valuable company? It's very hard to say. Market capitalizations fluctuate frequently. For example, earlier this year, Apple had hit the $3 trillion mark. It was the first ever company to touch that number, $3 trillion. But Apple's value dipped, courtesy China and its obsession with zero COVID. Shanghai's prolonged lockdown hit the phone maker. Its production and logistics were affected. In April, Apple warned of huge losses for this quarter, as much as $8 billion. Goes without saying, its shares fell. On the 11th of May, Apple's value stood at $2.37 trillion. Aramco, on the other hand, touched $2.42 trillion. One company's loss was another's gain. WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.